Hey, everybody, look on the screen. Beautiful, precious baby, Codi Bigsby. Missing for 4 days, as it has been reported. They have a person of interest, who is, of course, the father. When the women or children are missing, it's either the husband, the boyfriend, or daddy. Day 4. The father is a person of interest. And he's lawyered up. I wonder where he got the money for an attorney from. This here, so many questions. Beautiful child, a little fella. I just can't understand. I can't wrap my head around. We don't know here, but in general, the daddies are taking the mamas and the kids out in general. I've done so many stories on it. And I look at this baby here, I just cannot wrap my head. We just had one fool who threw the baby in the river. They say confessed to throwing the baby in the river. Baby, 2 days old. Now this one is 4. Some relatives saying, well, he known to open the door and get out. Really? If he was just wandering, they may have gotten him by them, unless a stranger. But we already know in the BC, they do not want to pay their child support. Oh, no. It is the norm for the men to not want to be responsible for their actions. So let's get to it. Hopefully, we can get some more defined answers. Right now, everything appears to be like in investigative mode. Let's go ahead and get to the story, and I'll continue with commentary, fair use. Check it out. Lord, I hope they find this child.
At 8 o'clock, our top story this morning, the search for 4-year-old Codi Bigsby continues in Hampton. More family is expected to come into town today. Earlier this week, police named Codi's father, Codi Bigsby, as a person of interest in the case. 10 on your side's Kiana Patterson is live in Hampton this morning with more details and what's ahead as day 4 of this search begins.
Hey, yeah, we just saw the police chief arrive here and head inside of the Regional Mobile Communications Center. This is a unit out of Suffolk, and they're here to help with that search. They say that they're going to be the main point of communication between the volunteers and the different agencies out here as we enter day 4 of the search for Codi Bigsby. Now, police in our community are still very desperately hoping to bring Codi home. At last check, his dad, Corey, is at the police headquarters. He's there voluntarily, and he is answering questions. However, officers say his dad, Corey's timeline does not match the evidence. So police are asking for tips from the community to put together a profile on Corey. They want to know where he shops, where he visits, and officers also ask if you saw 4-year-old Codi recently. They want to know where you saw him and when you saw him. Yesterday, crews expanded the search area to about a mile around the Bigsby household, and people in the Old Buckrow area are asked to please check and double check their property. Tonight, your side spoke with Tandalia, who is Corey's sister. She says she wants to bring her nephew home safe. She adds her brother loves his children and is not a monster. Now, she says Codi is known for opening the sliding door, and she believes he may have opened that door and gotten out of the house. But people here are very hopeful. They're coming here. I just saw a woman drop off some items for the police officers out here. And then we also spoke with a woman from Newport News yesterday.
I gotta fire him. Like every day, I don't care if it's snowing out here, if it's cold out here, if it's raining out here. I'm going to call. As long as these police officers and this search team is out here and all these responders out here, I'm going to be out here helping to find him.
And you can see there are several agencies already out here this morning gearing up for that search for Codi Bigsby. They said they're going to stay out here as long as it takes. They want to assume that Codi's out there waiting for them to bring him home. In Hampton, Kiana Patterson, 10 on your side.
Kiana. It's day 4. It's day 4. It's cold outside. This fool, if you know what a child is, I would like to be an officer just for like maybe just 5 minutes and have him handcuffed. And maybe I can just get some 2x4s with some nails in it. Practice my batting average. If you know what a child is, your old mushroom head needs to speak up now. I'm sorry, I'm thinking the worst because we know what happens in the community. We're at a point now where the majority of these black men, they don't value their kids. The mama's coming up missing and the babies are too. And I'm looking at him. He's a person of interest. He has not been charged. Let's make that clear. He has not been charged. But how it typically goes, it's the one on the screen. So if he knows what a child is, fool, open up your mouth and get this over. You got all these people out here looking for this beautiful child. Poor baby. 4 years old. Day 4. No sign of the child. It's just not looking good. Day 4. Can't find the little fella. But he's lawyered up. I hope it's not a case of I don't want to pay child support, so you know what these fools will do. I hope that's not it. But typically, when a mom and kids are missing, that's what it's about. It's pretty much about child support. That you're dealing with low performing men. That's what typically happens. And this sure leads me to think: is this going to be another case? Of, as I've said before, it's to the point that the worst place for a child and a black woman is in Blackistan. 4 days, that's just too long. Where's the child? Where is he eating it? This 4 days is too long. Let's go ahead and get to the next video where he has lawyered up. And I'm kind of wondering if Mama the Mammy done showed up. But we don't know about that. I'm just guessing. But let's see here. Another news clip to review fair use.
He has been at the Bigsby family house as officers gathered evidence today. And I know that you learned, and we just heard just a moment ago, that Corey now has an attorney.
That's correct, Anita. He has retained Jeffrey Ambrose, who is based here in Hampton. He is a one-attorney firm. This is as of this afternoon. It is important to point out that Mr. Ambrose, through his paralegal, spoke to 10 on Your Side this afternoon and said that he was having a hard time getting in touch and, in fact, was unable to get in touch with his client, who is at police headquarters, and was instead referred to the Commonwealth's attorney. We, as I mentioned, we spoke with him this afternoon. Also, it is another thing. Here's another thing important to point out at this juncture. Corey Bigsby, the father of Codi Bigsby, to our knowledge, at this hour, has not been charged with any crime. Here's the story we prepared earlier. Corey Bigsby reported his son Codi missing at 9 o'clock Monday morning. Since then, police have said that he has been cooperating, but they also said his information did not align with their evidence. They named him their sole person of interest Wednesday. Thursday afternoon, Corey Bigsby retained an attorney. At about that same time, evidence technicians from Hampton Police re-entered the home on Renolette Drive. They got there about 1 o'clock, and nearly 3 hours later, at 3:45, the investigators emerged with several bags of evidence. They went back in briefly and brought out more evidence, then got in their vehicles and left. However, uniformed officers remained at the entrance afterward. The home in the 100 block of Ranelette Drive in Hampton's Buckrow section has been taped off ever since Codi disappeared Monday morning. Hampton police went door to door in the complex, circulating a new poster that has information regarding the FBI. But police say that is not a change in the investigation, just another way of gathering tips. Meanwhile, the police division is getting assistance from far and wide. Suffolk Fire and Rescue rolled in with a second command unit, and agencies from as far as Cape Charles on the eastern shore are also lending assistance. As you can see, there is a uniformed officer that remains outside the home of Corey Bigsby. The big development this afternoon, he now has an attorney, the Jeffrey Ambrose firm from here in Hampton. Plus, the reason for that uniformed officer behind me, evidence technicians continue to gather evidence here at the home on Ranelette Drive. They brought out about 5 bags worth about 3:45 this afternoon. As far as we know, they remain in the home. Live in Hampton.
Again, if this fool knows where the child is, get it over with. And I hate to say it, I don't have a good feeling about it because again, we know what happens. Beautiful little baby boy. 4 years old. Where the hell is he? I don't I can't wrap my head around it. I have questions like where's the mom? Where is she? Does he have sole custody? He has other children? So many questions. But now we're on day 4. And this beautiful child has not materialized. Where is Codi? It's very simple. Let's say he hasn't harmed the child, which again, he's gotten an attorney. The attorney might be having a hard time getting in contact. I don't understand that. Normally you find out where your client is being held and you march your behind down there. That's what you do. You've been retained, you get your behind down there and you stop the questioning. So I'm not understanding that at all, what the reporter was saying. Maybe I missed it. But if he's been questioned by the police station, get your behind down there. If you have been retained, and either stop the line of questioning, which I hope they don't, or guess what? You tell you find out if he's being charged. So I'm kind of wondering the fact that he's gotten an attorney, is he about to be charged? And then I also wonder, who retained the attorney? Don't be surprised if it's a mammy or some, if it's some black woman that believes in him. So I just want to know if he knows what a child is, cut all the bull crap and just say what happened. Because now they appear to report that they're catching inconsistencies. It's like asking me, what time is it right now? What were you doing? Oh, a YouTube video? It's not hard to figure out. Well, the evidence shows otherwise. Well, why would the evidence show otherwise if the person is being honest? It may show otherwise if someone is lying. I don't know. You tell me. But this is more than likely it's not going to be a good ending. Beautiful baby. 4 years old. If you don't want to have children, it's very simple. There are ways not to have them. It ain't rocket science. I hope this is not a circumstance where they're going to find the child no longer here. And then we may have it when we find out that a Dusty has chosen jail over a job, and the job equals responsibility and being accountable for your actions and being responsible financially for your children. I hope and pray that's not the case because often the case it is. That is what typically happens when the women or a child or both come up missing. And it's a beautiful baby. If you all get any updates, you can see my email here in the below the video. You have any updates, please send them. Send them. I just hope the best, but all I can say, knowing what normally happens when children are missing, I just kind of fear the worst. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Our prayers are up for the child. This is day 4, and they can't find this child. Somebody knows something. Somebody knows something for sure. And I wonder if somebody that knows something, if it's Codi Bigsby. Somebody knows something. I'm out.